Kings Island was bought by Cedar Fair in 2006, but what if Six Flags bought it instead? If you could do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, and if you like the video, please let us know. This is the second video in our What If series, so we hope that you are enjoying it. Let's go ahead and begin. Cedar Fair bought Kings Island in 2006, and I had to ponder the question of what if Six Flags bought it instead. In this video, we would look at the comparison on how different the park would have been with someone different running the park. Kings Island has a lot of potential, and I've been told by many people that Kings Island just doesn't get the love it would get if someone else owned it. So let's look at this possible scenario. Kings Island sits in a good area and close to Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio. It's also not far from Indianapolis or Columbus, Ohio. Let's look at the population that it would be in first in comparison to other Six Flags parks. I'm looking at the major metro areas that some of the Six Flags sit next to, like Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Antonio, Dallas, Chicago, New Jersey, St. Louis, and Atlanta, just to name a few. So Six Flags isn't new to handling a park next to a major metropolitan area. Visitors. Well, Kings Island averages 3.5 million visitors a year. So if it got added to the Six Flags chain, it would be the second behind Six Flags Magic Mountain. Kings Island is a seasonal park, while Six Flags Magic Mountain is open year-round. Great Adventure is right behind with 3.45 million visitors. So to understand what kind of addition Six Flags would add, we will look at them and Great America in Gurnee, Illinois. We will compare additions that Six Flags added at those two parks compared to what Cedar Fair added at Kings Island. Let's start with 2006 when the park was bought by Cedar Fair. And like I said, let's go ahead and say that Six Flags bought it instead from Paramount. In 2006, Kings Island had just opened Backlot Stunt Coaster a year prior. So the likelihood of Six Flags adding something new in 2006 to 7 would have been slim to none. Now let's take a look at the bankruptcy of Six Flags and put that into the equation on here. And also we are looking at the new coaster additions and what Kings Island would have gotten instead. In 2006, Great Adventure added El Toro, a wooden prefabricated coaster built by Intamin, regarded as the best wooden roller coaster in the world by some people. Kings Island had Son of a Beast at the time. Could Six Flags possibly have kept it running for a while longer and maybe smooth out some of the issues out of the coaster? Who knows, but we will talk about that in a bit. In 2008, Great America would add Dark Knight, which is an indoor-themed mouse coaster. Since Kings Island already had Flight of Fear, I doubt Six Flags would have looked at adding this coaster at Kings Island. In 2009, Cedar Fair added Diamondback, but would have Six Flags built something similar? Maybe, but I doubt it would have been the length, the height, or the type of coaster that Diamondback currently is. There's a possibility that they could have built it. They still had a relationship with B&M, but at the time Six Flags was struggling. I don't believe Diamondback would have ever got built under Six Flags, maybe years later, but nothing would have been added for a few more years due to their financial struggles. In 2012, XFlight went to Six Flags Great America, the wing coaster by B&M, and a year later Cedar Point would open Gatekeeper. So I believe XFlight would have still went to Great America since the Phantom would have been higher at Cedar Point for Gatekeeper in 2013, and most likely because Six Flags wasn't building huge coasters, it would have been compact and a lot smaller track length. Here is where it gets fun. Maybe in 2012 Six Flags decided to add a Batman clone to Kings Island. So guess what? Banshee never gets added in 2014 at the park. However, Six Flags in 2011 would start the relationship with RMC. So in 2015, instead of Banshee, Kings Island gets Son of a Beast RMC'd for the opening of that season. That would have been a huge addition, and Son of Beast would have been a huge 2-year project for the RMC conversion. But the end result would have been amazing and possibly bigger than what Steel Vengeance currently is. But there is a catch. In 2017, instead of Mystic Timbers, the park gets a free spin. I mean, they wouldn't already have a free spin or a wing coaster, so that would be a good addition. And they wouldn't need a 200-foot coaster with Iron Beast, the RMC conversion of Son of Beast. so there would be no need to build another hyper. In 2020, instead of Orion opening, Six Flags would have went with a new single rail for the park, since no amusement park in the Midwest had one. So in 2021, after a year delay, Jersey Devil would be opened and the second busiest Six Flags park instead of Great Adventure. So, all in all, would the additions be better? Well, not really, but still good and unique additions. RMC would have been more a part of the park than B&M, since Six Flags didn't really have a relationship with them during that time. People would have still went to Kings Island, but would have it held its attendance? I think so. Kings Island has a dedicated fan base, and I don't think that would change. The only thing that stinks is we wouldn't see Banshee or Orion. Mystic Timbers wouldn't really matter with Iron Beast being added instead. Looking at the kids area, obviously Snoopy wouldn't be at the park and it would be Looney Tunes, and I would think that Six Flags would keep the themed kids area with good kids rides. They do a fairly decent job with it at their other Six Flags parks. Not as good as Camp Snoopy, but I think it would have been decent. Looking at the food choices, it would have been the same as every other Six Flags park. Obviously, the quality wouldn't be as good as Cedar Fair or what Kings Island is currently. Some choices, and I don't think the park would have the same good food options that it has now, obviously. That would lead to cheaper meal plan options, but also worse service with longer lines and also so forth from everyone having it. So in that area, Six Flags would not have done a better job. All in all, Cedar Fair is a better owner, and although we complain about them because Cedar Point is so close, the additions they added with Diamondback in 2009, Banshee in 2014, Mystic Timbers in 2017, and Orion in 2020 were great additions. Six Flags would have added something unique with RMC, but the rest wouldn't have stood up to the quality of the current Kings Island. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you liked the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks again for watching. Until next time, please be sure to subscribe for future videos in the series of What If that releases every Sunday. Thanks again for watching. Have a good one.